Hi everybody, welcome back to Brelsford Family Homestead. I'm Darcy. Today is day 6 of the Every Bit Counts challenge. But I was realizing my last video, somehow the footage of day 4 got left out even though the picture was in the thumbnail. So I'm gonna insert that footage here. This is gonna be pretty simple with the tomatoes. Oh hey, check this out. If you like Brandon Knight, loved the concert, so me and my daughter got matching shirts. She even asked for us to wear matching shirts to the concert. I think that is a huge win for a mom of a teenager. What do you think? So I'm just coring these and cutting off any things that are kind of questionable. And I'm just gonna pop these in bags and in the freezer. And when I'm ready to make sauce, the skin, when these thaw out, the skins will just pop right off. So it's not considered a safe canning practice to make anything but sauce with frozen tomatoes. So if you have slicers that you're wanting to, or not slice, canners that you're wanting to can, like whole tomatoes or whatever, it is not recommended that you freeze them first, just in case you wanted to know. These are all paste tomatoes, and so they're going to be used for canning sauces of various kinds. This will only give me one little baggie. So, I don't know what kind this is. My daughter picked this. It looks almost like a cherry, so. Say that one too. That's pretty good. One bag of tomatoes. No, that is not a freezer bag. I'm out, so I'll have to get some. And I mean, same things here with the bananas. I'm just gonna peel them, well, and take the stickers off because these are organic bananas. So these peels will go in the compost or go to my pigs. They eat the peels. This will probably be a couple bags. I usually break them in half or something just so they are a little bit easier. And then the kids can make smoothies, or I can make banana bread, whatever. What else do you make with like overripe banana? Well, banana muffins, but that's kind of like banana bread too. Is there something you make? I could dehydrate these, even though they're quite ripe, but I will get more use out of them doing this. I have dehydrated bananas before, made banana chips. They're really good. I'll put a video here. They do not last long. It's kind of like when you go to a Mexican restaurant and you get chips and salsa and you like eat multiple baskets, but then if you really think about it, that each one of those triangles, you know, you put a couple of them together and it's a whole tortilla. And so you just ate like an entire family's worth of tortillas. That's kind of what happens with the banana chips. I make them and the kids just blow through them. Like a half-gallon jar, I think, was gone in like a day and a half the last time I made some. I'm gonna finish this up, and then I need to wash some jars for the broth that's heating up so we can get that canned. And then I'll look around and see if there's any more things like this that I can take care of, so we can preserve and have it for a later time and also prevent waste, because we don't want to be throwing food like this away, right? All right, I'll be back. The canner's full, so I'm going to go ahead and get these processed. And I think that I'm done for today, but I'll go around and look one more time. All right, that's going to do it for day 4. I'll show you the sealed jars tomorrow when I check them for day 5. When we get into something else, let's see what we'll do. I've checked the jam we made yesterday and all of them have sealed. I've washed them and put stickers on them. So now I'm gonna put these in the pantry. So I got a bunch of green tomatoes today. So I was going to make roasted salsa verde, which is my favorite. It's from, I'll show you the book later, but I decided not to make it today because it is so hot. And tomorrow is gonna be significantly cooler, and you know the oven will be on for a long time, and then the canning. So instead we're gonna go ahead and make those other 2 batches of strawberry jam. So I've pulled out my strawberries from the freezer. I'll get these thawed out, and hopefully I'll have 10 of these size jars when it's all said and done. But when I'm about to jar them up, I'll bring you back for that process. You already saw me do most of these things. So that will be what I'm doing today, except for maybe some ginger. I have some ginger that's getting a little questionable. I think I probably should peel it and either dehydrate it or freeze it or something. So let's see what we get into. I got 9 jars of strawberry jam. I thought I would get 10. I have a little bit here that I'll put in the fridge and we'll enjoy that. So now I'm just going to process these and then we'll be done for day 6. And you're the cook. You get to take all the tastes you want. The jam is done. So pretty. I'll get these all out of here onto a cooling rack, and they'll stay there for 12 to 24 hours. Then I'll wash them, take the rings off, put a sticker on them, and put them in the pantry. So I'm really excited. That was between, was it yesterday and today? That's 14 jars of strawberry jam. Those were from a flat of organic strawberries that I was given. So that was a extra double blessing. And I want to say that some of my videos for this challenge have been blowing up with comments, and they are all so good. So often the comment sections of videos can be just a terrible place, but you guys have made it beautiful, and I really appreciate the kindness that you showed me there. So I just wanted to say thank you, and I'll see you back tomorrow for day 7. We're back with day 7 of the Every Bit Counts challenge, and today we are going to make roasted salsa verde. I have enough things here to make 5 batches, I believe, but I don't know that I'll do those all today. I do need to double check my amounts of jalapenos. This is one of my favorite salsas to use in all kinds of things, so I hope to make even more than this before the season is over. But I picked some green tomatoes from my garden, from volunteer plants that were in my raised bed garden, but also a local farmer was selling some of these, so I picked them up yesterday. So I'm gonna get everything washed, reweighed, and I'll show you what it looks like when we begin the process. Okay, here we go. I have 5 batches of this cut up, ready to go in the oven. I wanna take advantage. My oven can hold all of this, and then it's less energy, less heat in the house to do it all at once. If I can't get it all processed and canned today, that's fine. I can do it tomorrow, because after I blend it all up, I have to add other ingredients and then heat it back up to can it. So that will be great. And I need to get cleaned up. I was out working in the garden. So this, I'm excited. I went and picked some green tomatoes from my garden. The others I got from a local farmer. The garlic is mine. The onions are mine. And like I said, some of the jalapenos. So really excited. Lime juice is not going to be for me because we don't grow that here in Ohio. I'll show you what this looks like once they're all roasted. I don't think I showed you this. These are the jars of strawberry jam that we canned yesterday. I tested all the lids. They all sealed and washed them off. I just got to get stickers on them and put them in the pantry. I went ahead and got the other ingredients ready instead of going and getting cleaned up. I've got some washed cilantro. I juiced a bunch of limes, and let me show you. These are all roasted and looking great. I have to let it cool off till it's cool enough to handle to take the stems and seeds out of the peppers. And then each batch will need to be blended up, have the lime juice, salt, and cilantro added, heated back up before being canned. I don't think I will can all of this tonight just because my knee is screaming at me and I have a date with my husband. So we'll see. We'll let this cool off for a while and I'll show you once I get it canned up. If you want a step-by-step of this recipe, or actually I've tried a couple of salsa verdes, but this one is my favorite because it's roasted, it's delicious, and it's smooth instead of chunky. I'll put those here, or maybe in a couple of places since there's more than one. I'll see you back in a little bit. Just thought I would show you this before I heat it up to get it jarred up. It smells so good. I put it through the food processor per the directions. So yummy. The 7th jar for this batch. This is 2 full recipes. It says that it makes 3 or so pints. So I have 7, which is great. So we're going to put the lid on this. That needs to process for 20 minutes. And I also already have mixed up the other batches so that tomorrow I can heat that up, bring it to the simmer, and then can it like this. It's going to be delicious. I have a little bit extra here, so we'll just taste it together. I'll put it in a jar so I can eat it with something. Don't want to spoil my dinner. It's really good. I encourage you to try it. Now, if you like the other recipes too, they're like there's another one in a different ball book, and also the National Center for Home Food Preservation. I have some of those, but this is my favorite. If you like a smooth texture, just before you use it, use an immersion blender in it or something. It just has to be canned chunky, but this one, you get to use the food processor and make it smooth like that, and it's so delicious. I'll show you these when they're all done, and that will be the last thing I do for today. The salsa is done and ready to come out of the canner. That's going to be wonderful. I'll get these all off of here. They will cool, and I will let them sit for 12 to 24 hours. Check to see, I'll wash them and put a sticker on them tomorrow, and we'll be back with you for day 8 tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. See you in a few. Hi everybody, welcome back for day 8. I've got the salsa. I checked all the lids, put stickers on them, and printed some more out. We're gonna can some more of this salsa today. If you do this with something that consistency, applesauce or whatever, put your lid on. I didn't have mine on yesterday and like splattered all over my kitchen area, but also heating it up from cold takes quite some time without making a mess. So I've got my Dutch oven on low and I'm bringing that up to a simmer. So once it is, we will start the canning process for the rest of the salsa, or at least 2 batches of it. I am gonna do all 3 though, but I only have 2 in my Dutch oven, and then I didn't check my zucchini for 1 day. So I must have missed it the day before when I checked too, because this thing is enormous. So my daughter has been asking me to make zucchini flour again so I can make her some chocolate chip cookies with zucchini flour. If you haven't seen the video where I tested that out, I'll put it here. I wasn't a huge fan of using 1/3 of it in zucchini, in chocolate chip cookies or biscuits, but she loved it, so I'm gonna do that for her. Pretty sure we're gonna need to scrape the seeds out first, then we'll get it shredded up and in the dehydrator. Tomorrow when it's completely dry, we'll grind it up into the flour. And then I did pick a handful of chamomile out of the garden and got that on the drying rack. So let's get an apron and get shredding this zucchini. If you have never dehydrated zucchini before, you definitely want to use like the fruit leather mats, or you can just cut a piece of parchment paper. And this goes for no matter what style dehydrator you have, because it will stick and make a mess. So right now I have 1 dehydrator ready that has 4 trays. If I decide to shred another zucchini, or if 4 trays aren't enough, I will get out my other dehydrator. So let's get this going. Let's see. I guess I should probably cut that in half to be a bit more manageable. The seed portion isn't too terrible, but we are going to scoop that out. And once again, take zucchini and turn it into bacon. I'll put this in my pig bucket when I'm all done here. That loses a lot, so I have several. I harvested like a whole bucket of zucchini today, and I already gave some to my mother-in-law, so I think I will grate more than one just to make sure I have adequate for my daughter. She had asked for those even in the winter, and I didn't have enough zucchini flour to make them for her. All right, be right back. I'm shredding this the same way that we did the other day when I made the zucchini bread. It's a little bit different since I removed the seeds, but we'll do our best and give the rest to the pigs. You could leave the seeds in there to make this, but it definitely gives a different texture to the zucchini flour. So that's why I take them out. This is what I have from the 2 zucchinis. We'll see how far that gets us. I do have more that I can process if we need to. If you don't have a shredder, you don't have to do it like this. It just makes it dry a lot faster. You can just cut it in slices if you want. This is just what I do. It works for me. It also then blends super, super easy. Let me point you down so you can see what I'm doing. This one is the, what you call it, fruit leather tray. This one is the parchment paper. Alright, so that got 4 trays. This one isn't really full, but it definitely has a lot more moisture since it was sitting at the bottom. So I'm going to just stick with this. Maybe later, another day, I will do some more, especially if I end up with child-sized zucchini again. If you want less color in this to be using it, because it will turn things kind of green. One, you could either use like the yellow zucchini, or you can also peel them. But you know, the nutrition is in there, but you could peel it and then it won't be as green when you use it. So I'm gonna get this in the other room plugged in. The salsa has come to a simmer, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it jarred up. You've already seen me do that, so I'll bring you back when the canner is loaded and let you know how many this yields, and then I will just start warming up the second batch. If you guys have some questions for me, why don't you leave them in the comments and I will try to answer them in the next video that I put out. And I've got 8 pints in here. I'm gonna put the lid on, let it reach to the temperature and process for 20 minutes, and I will get started on the other batch. When it's all done, I'll show you all of them and how many we got in total. I'm ready to pull the last jars of salsa out, and so it was a total of 11 today, 7 yesterday, so 18 pints of this salsa for my pantry, which is fabulous. I may still make some more before the season is over. I'm making dinner, so this is gonna be it for today, which is day 8. We'll see you back for day 9. Thanks for watching. Hi everybody, welcome back for day 9. I am going to make some more zucchini flour. I took some footage this morning when I was taking what we made yesterday off of the dehydrator, so I will insert that here. This is very dry, so I'm gonna take it out of here and put it in this jar, and then I'll come back later today and we'll grind it into the flour. It peels up from the parchment paper very easy, sometimes in big chunks. It's a little bit harder on the fruit leather trays. I'll try and show you that, but a little bench scraper will help with that. So it doesn't pop up quite so nicely. You can roll it up inside the jar and kind of scrunch it. You can also just use a bench scraper and pop it up like that. So if you want real less mess, use the parchment paper. But this does work and can be easily washed, so you're not throwing anything away. That's a half-gallon jar, and once we blend that up, that is going to be very little, so we will definitely get another batch of this going later today, maybe when we grind this up. So instead of grinding this up right now, I'm going to wait because I'm going to make some more zucchini flour today, and work smarter, not harder, right? I'm going to wash my blender one time by waiting until the batch I'm making now is ready, and then I'll blend all this. So this half-gallon jar will end up being not very much. It does truly take a lot, and that was one of my reasons for not really going for zucchini flour as a substitute, because it does take the energy of a dehydrator and all of that. So it kind of, to me, defeats the purpose, but I'm doing this so we have it and my daughter likes it. So that's what counts. You make food that your family will eat. So I have these 2 zucchinis, they're not child size. And I have this crookneck squash. You can use any summer squash to do this. Maybe you could use other types, I don't know, but it's summertime, that's what we're doing. So we're gonna get these shredded up just like yesterday. If there's I don't need to take the seeds out of this one. They'll be really small, not very many and tender. This one I'm not so sure because it is bigger and a little bit harder. So we'll cut into it and see. I already got my salsa put away. So this is all I'm going to do for today because I need to give my knee a rest. So I'm listening, and every bit counts, and this is something. So let me get all my stuff and we'll get this grated up. I just cut the end off of this one. I'm just gonna start grating it and then see as we get inside if I need to remove some seeds. And if you're gonna do this and you're gonna do multiple batches so that you have enough, I would suggest reusing that parchment paper. If you're going to use parchment paper, it's still just fine. So I saved mine, so we will use that today. Let's see. It's looking good. Let me turn you down. Okay, now I'm going to cut into that because see all those seeds? I don't want like a whole bunch of big seeds in there because of the texture and stuff. And anything I don't use like that, we will be, of course, turning into bacon. Yeah, that's a pretty good amount of seeds. And really it's just the texture and stuff that it gives. You could definitely give it a try and see what it's like for you, leaving the seeds in. And when you use it, to see if it bothers you or not. I have a little bowl here going for my pigs. One of these things is some of the turkey bone broth things that I had froze with you guys at the very beginning of the challenge. I pulled that out so I can give that to the pigs today. I will go ahead and get the rest of this grated up, and then I'll show you how much I have. I got a decent sized bowl full. I don't think this will fill my dehydrator, but I'll get that on the trays. And once it's done tomorrow, I'll combine it with what we did yesterday and grind that up into flour, and I'll show that to you. But that will be in a different video because I'm going to get this one edited so it's out for you for Saturday morning. I really enjoy making these for you, and I really enjoy doing this challenge. I hope that you are enjoying the videos and hopefully are also doing this challenge. It's just a blessing every time, and I love seeing my pantry getting fuller. Today we got some new additions. I'll put a picture here, and these are our meat birds for this year. So lots of things happening around here, but I'm so glad you're here on this journey with me. Until next time, God bless.